Hey guys, what's up? It's me Chrissy and I'm here with my 2018 wrap-up books 16 to 20. And so I recently went to Manila for the weekend with my best friends, and while I was there I decided to bring one of my older books and the short one, because I noticed that I can't actually read while traveling because I'm so nervous about like my baggage, the weight, if I'm gonna catch my flight or not. So um, it was actually pretty interesting that I was able to read this time, maybe because I felt calmer or something. But yeah, so what I decided to pick up was Joan Didion, Play It As It Lays. It's very short, it's alright. It's just about this actress who I think gets married and she's not happy with it, and just it kind of reminded me in the style of kind of like Bret Easton Ellis, and kind of, but not quite. But it had like a vague similarity, but I enjoyed reading it. But it was a pretty good introduction to her type of way of writing. So I look forward to reading the rest of her stuff. After that, I came home and then I just wanted something quick because I was still sort of hyped from the trip. So I picked up Isadora Duncan, A Graphic Biography by Sabrina Jones. This is prefaced by, I think maybe a dancer or something. The foreword by Lori Belalove, whoever that is. And what's really nice is that inside you can see a map of all of her travels. And so she's known as the mother of modern dance, and there is no video of her dancing. There's only photos. So a lot of it is actually just like images, I think, drawn from the photos. So that's really great, and I think that this was a very good way to represent that in the graphic novel form, so you can visually see it rather than just explaining it or describing it. And then I decided to pick up, because it's still, since March was like Women's Month, I still wanted to keep reading women. I made it a point to read a lot of women. And so I was like, I wanted to read women about women, but then I was like, this book is just calling to me and I can't stop myself. So I made sort of like a concession where I can read even if it's about a man, but as long as the book is by a woman. So I picked up Batman Nightwalker by Marie Lu. This is my second Marie Lu book. I really did not like Legend, and I bought Prodigy because I thought like I had to, but then I realized, you know what, no. So I unhauled that. But this one I surprisingly liked. This takes place as Bruce Wayne turns 18, and then he gets in trouble with the law, and his punishment is to work at Arkham as like a janitor, and shenanigans ensue. That's all I'm gonna say. But it's Bruce Wayne. But don't expect it to be the Batman of like Batman. This is like, if you watch Gotham and you see Bruce Wayne as a kid and how he's like gradually growing up, turning into what he will eventually become, this is very much a reminder of that. So you can see little elements of the Batman that we will be expecting, but you're not gonna be seeing Batman with all of the gadgets and stuff. But like all your favorites are there, like Alfred, like Lucius Fox. So this one, I really like this one also because Batman is bae besides Nightwing. I don't know, I like them both. And then since I was sort of on the DC high, I was like, I might as well pick up Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo. Now, I've already watched a couple reviews before reading this book, so I knew there was going to be insta-love. And I knew that not a lot of people really liked it. And I think I should have really picked it up as soon as I was still hyped from the movie, rather than wait a while. But for this one, you're just going to have to pretend that the movie didn't happen. And then you're also going to have to what else? I don't know. This book though. You see a very young Diana. She just wants to prove herself. She wants the glory. She wants to be considered an Amazon like her sisters, though she is not. So apparently, the Amazon is kind of like, you know how in the Vikings they have Valhalla, where you have those warriors who died in battle, and because they were proven worthy, they got to go to Valhalla to await Ragnarok. The Amazon, Themyscira, from what I gathered from this book, is kind of like the Greek version of that, but just for women. And Themyscira was actually not just made by Greek goddesses, but all goddesses. So when you die in battle and you call out for the goddess's name, they will, if they'll see you're worthy, you'll either die and be reborn as an Amazon in Valhalla. So they're still getting a lot of new Amazons, like from different time periods, from wars and stuff. So that was actually very interesting, and this actually kind of reminded me with like the timelines, like the Oracle and stuff. I'm like, this is very Percy Jackson. This is like Wonder Woman Percy Jackson. So if you're kind of interested in that, go for it. But I would just say go in with low expectations. Which is sad because I actually very much like Le Bardugo, or as Marie Lou calls her, Wandugo. So yeah, I wanted to like this. I wish I liked it more, but that's just where it is right now for me and Wonder Woman. And then the last book that I picked up, believe it or not, I found it in book sale, and I'm actually kind of proud I found this. And that would be Anais Nin's A Spy in the House of Love. So this is taken from her diaries. Apparently, she had her diaries published in fiction form as a way to express herself in the world of like artists and stuff. At least that's what I gathered from the foreword. And very much like Humbert Humbert from Lolita, she is sort of like asking you to be the judge of her actions, but not to judge her harshly, or just to try to understand her point of view of where she's coming from. I very much got the sense of the main character here, Sabina, who is an actress, but she's not really an actress. She just acts in her real life. It's like, if you've read Imperial Bedrooms by Bret Easton Ellis, you'll know that there's a character there who is very good at acting to get what she wants, like for a producer to cast her in a movie, but when she actually is acting in front of the camera, she sucks. So they were wondering, like, how come she's such a good actress in person, but not actually on camera. So that sort of reminded me of that, wherein this woman is an actress in real life. As a matter of fact, she views her husband as sort of like a father figure because her father left when she was very young. So she gets her fatherly love from her husband, but the kind of passionate love that she wants, she seeks it out in other men. And on top of that, she's just very like, she calls herself a spy in the house of love because in the book it describes her watching a spy movie where they can't sleep restfully because you don't know if you'll sleep talk or if you have to pack up immediately and leave for your mission or something. So in a way, she views herself as a spy in the house of love, but really her view of love is not as accurate as she thinks it is. So there's that. So Spy in the House of Love. And a honorable mention, I was considered for the Glucose Bacolod issue number 5 devotion. They had a little pop-up thing going on in this cafe you probably watch in my books and coffee videos. So they had a little pop-up and they called it devotion because it's Holy Week right now, and so they made it kind of like a little prayer book. And as you can see, there are like images, and then you have words, and mine is over here. Yeah, the guy here is actually my brother-in-law. I was just like being a total stalker, and I'm like, he like, because we were in this sort of place that is doesn't have a lot of furniture, so I was just like following him, and I'm just like taking photos. I'm like, he's such a good model, like for maybe a couple of pieces I wanted to write and just put words over. So that's him. And I'm just kind of sad because my you can't see all of the words that I wanted to come out there, but I know that for next time. And one of my favorite pieces is actually called KBL by Rick Lars Vladimir Albay. And so I'll just read that really quickly because I'm sort of running out of time. Kajos baboy langka rolls off the tongue like a prayer. Most of mother's recipes start with a few cloves of garlic and the onions. I have learned to cut without shedding a tear, all strewn into a hot pan with oil. But Kajos baboy langka asks for ingredients to be dropped into boiling water in specific succession, almost like a small ritual offering. I've always wondered why you never learned how to cook, why you never say grace before every meal. Perhaps you don't have the patience or the faith to leave pork to simmer for half an hour before adding kajos and then langka and batuan. Last, you've never really been one to appreciate what's served right in front of you. So that was pretty good. For me anyway. So there were only 50 copies of this given out, so maybe one of these days I'll do a flip through of all of my glucose zines, kind of like what Miriam does when she gets her zine subscriptions. And yeah, that's it. I also have another thing to include later on. I bought this sort of tray thing when I was in Manila. I'll just include it now, whatever. And it sort of opens up like this, and it holds your book, and you can like pop this thing out, and then it has little there. So it holds the pages, and then if it gets in your way, you can just move it like that. So I'm really happy to have this because it's made reading so much easier, because I've always been just using like one arm, and then my arm gets really tired. So yeah, that's it. This is one of the best things I've ever bought, quite frankly. So yeah, that's it. That's my reading wrap up with honorable mention. So thank you guys for watching, thank you for sticking around, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.